Beloved child of God, open your heart and listen carefully, for this word is not ordinary. It is a whisper from heaven straight to your soul. So many nights you have cried in silence, asking, Lord, when will I meet the one you have chosen for me? When will I see the love you promised? You have carried loneliness like a hidden weight, smiling on the outside while your heart longed for the embrace of someone who truly sees you, understands you, and walks beside you in faith. Heaven has not been deaf to your prayers, nor blind to your tears. The one who formed you in your mother's womb, the one who numbered every hair on your head, has already prepared the one who will stand by your side. Beloved, this is not about chance, it is not about fate. It is about divine design. Before time began, God wove your destiny together with another, shaping two hearts that would one day beat as one. And now heaven is pulling back the veil, revealing what was hidden, showing you the promise that was sealed long before you could imagine it. You are not forgotten, you are not overlooked. Your future has already been written by the author of love himself. But hear me, this is not only about joy, it is also about readiness. Heaven asks you today, are you prepared to receive what I have prepared for you? For a blessing as holy as marriage requires a heart that is yielded, a spirit that is patient, and a faith that trusts God above all. Your future spouse is not just a companion. They are your partner in purpose, your fellow soldier in the kingdom, your mirror of grace and strength. And God will not give you less than His best. Beloved, today is a sacred moment. This word is not random. It is heaven's reminder that your loneliness has an expiry date, your waiting has a purpose, and your story is already crowned with love. Lift your head, child of God, for your blessing is nearer than you think. Heaven has revealed it. Now the question is, are you ready? Beloved child of God, long before you ever cried yourself to sleep asking, Lord, when will I meet the one you made for me? The answer was already written in heaven. Long before you carried the weight of loneliness in your chest, wondering if you would always walk this road alone, the Lord had already formed the one who would walk beside you. You see, your life is not a random collection of events, and your heart's desires are not whispers lost in the wind. They are part of a divine story that was written by the hands of the Almighty Himself. God does not create you without purpose, and He does not leave you without provision. Just as He gave Adam his Eve, just as He united Isaac with Rebekah, so too has He chosen and prepared someone for you, someone whose life is already being woven into yours by His perfect design. Think of this truth, beloved. God is not scrambling to find someone for you at the last minute. He is not in heaven saying, let me figure this out now. No. The Lord saw you before you were born. He knew your struggles, your prayers, and your needs, and He already prepared someone who would be your partner, your confidant, your helper, and your companion. This is why you must never let the enemy's lies convince you that you are forgotten, that you are unwanted, or that God has overlooked you. The very fact that you are waiting, the very fact that you still believe, is proof that the promise is alive and that heaven's plan is unfolding even now. Your future spouse is not just any person. It is someone who has been molded by God for you, and you for them. Every trial you have endured, every lesson you have learned, every tear you have shed has been shaping you into the person who can love, honor, and cherish them as God intended. At the same time, He has been shaping them for you. Maybe right now they too are praying, Lord, when will I meet the one you chose for me? Maybe they are fighting battles you don't see, growing in ways you can't imagine, preparing to be strong where you are weak and gentle where you need comfort. Beloved, heaven is weaving your stories together, and the threads are almost ready to meet. Remember, Adam did not search for Eve. He was resting in the presence of God, and it was the Lord Himself who brought her to him. Abraham's servant did not randomly find Rebekah. It was a divine appointment orchestrated at a well. Ruth did not stumble upon Boaz by accident. It was God's plan, guiding her steps into the field of her destiny. In every story, the author was God. He is still the author, and he has not stopped writing beautiful love stories for his children. Your story is already written, sealed with heaven's hand, and waiting for its appointed time. So when you look at your life and wonder why it feels delayed, do not mistake delay for denial. What God is preparing is not something that can be rushed. Diamonds take time to form, gold takes time to refine, and love that is meant to reflect heaven's design takes time to prepare. Do not despise the waiting, beloved, for while you wait, God works. He is aligning circumstances, opening doors, closing others, moving pieces into place so that when you meet your future spouse, it will not be confusion but confirmation, not chaos but clarity. Lift your eyes from despair and fix them on the one who holds your story. Every tear you have cried over loneliness has been counted. Every prayer you have whispered has been heard. Heaven has not ignored you, and heaven has not forgotten you. The Lord himself has declared, I have chosen, I have prepared, and I will reveal. Your love story is not behind schedule, it is right on heaven's time. Beloved, your future spouse is not a maybe, not a possibility, but a certainty already written in the book of life. Heaven has whispered your name to theirs, and theirs to yours, and the moment of revelation is coming. What you must do now is trust, hold fast, and prepare your heart. For when the time comes, you will see with your own eyes what heaven has known all along, that God has already chosen the one for you. Beloved child of God, when heaven prepares to release a blessing as sacred and eternal as a life partner, it does not simply ask if you desire it. It asks if you are ready to carry it. A future spouse is not just a companion for lonely nights, or someone to fill an empty space in your heart. A spouse is a divine covenant, a holy reflection of Christ and his church, a union that carries the weight of purpose and destiny. This is why the Lord, in his love for you, does not rush to hand it over before your heart, your spirit, and your mind are prepared to honor it. For what God joins together is meant to glorify him, and he will not allow such a sacred gift to be treated lightly. Preparation is the key, beloved. You see, many cry out, Lord, give me my spouse now. But few ask, Lord, make me ready to receive them. God's question to you today is not only, do you want this blessing, but also, can you carry it faithfully? Marriage is not simply romance, it is responsibility. It is the daily act of sacrifice, forgiveness, patience, and love that mirrors the heart of God. If your soul is still wounded by bitterness, if your heart is still chained by unforgiveness, if your spirit is still entangled in distractions, then the gift of a spouse, instead of bringing joy, will become a burden. That is why heaven waits not because you are forgotten, but because you are being refined. Beloved, consider the image of a farmer. He does not scatter seeds into hard, unbroken ground. First, he tills the soil, he removes the stones, he prepares the earth so that when the seed is sown, it will grow strong and not be choked. In the same way, God is preparing the soil of your heart. He is breaking down pride, removing doubt, softening anger, and planting humility, patience, and faithfulness. Because when he brings your future spouse, the union must not only survive, it must thrive, and thriving requires readiness. Think of Esther, beloved. Before she was presented to the king, she underwent a season of preparation. She did not walk in unprepared. She was refined, anointed, and adorned until she was ready to step into her destiny. The same is true for you. Your preparation season is not punishment. It is the polishing of a crown. Just as God is preparing your future spouse for you, he is preparing you for them. Two unprepared hearts cannot carry the weight of destiny together, but two surrendered, refined, and ready hearts can build a covenant that shakes the very gates of hell. This is why heaven whispers today, are you ready? Are you ready to forgive even when you are wronged? Are you ready to love selflessly even when you feel empty? Are you ready to pray over your spouse when they are weary? Are you ready to carry their burdens as your own? Because, beloved, marriage is not about what you receive, it is about what you give. The strength of your union will not be measured by how perfectly your spouse completes you, but by how faithfully you pour yourself out in love, reflecting Christ in your actions, your words, and your heart. And do not forget, readiness also means knowing your worth. Too many rush into relationships out of desperation, thinking anyone will do. But heaven has not called you to settle. Heaven has called you chosen. When you know who you are in God, you will not accept less than His best. Readiness means you are so rooted in His love that you no longer seek validation from man. It means you are whole in Christ, not waiting for a spouse to fix you, but waiting for a spouse to walk beside you in wholeness. God does not want you to lean on someone as a crutch. He wants you to stand firm, so together you can run the race of destiny. So, beloved, do not despise this season of preparation. Embrace it. Let God heal the wounds of your past. Let Him strengthen your spirit with discipline, prayer, and faith. Let Him teach you patience and grace, for these are the foundations of a marriage that will endure. Do not rush ahead of His timing, for the one who rushes may grasp something that looks like a blessing but turns into sorrow. But the one who waits and prepares will receive a gift that brings joy, peace, and purpose. Heaven is not asking if you are desperate for love. It is asking if you are ready to love as Christ loves. Heaven is not asking if you long for companionship. It is asking if you are ready to walk in covenant. Beloved, the blessing of a spouse is near, but the key is readiness. For when God sees your heart prepared, He will release the one He has chosen, and together your lives will become a testimony of His goodness and His glory. Beloved child of God, when heaven whispers about your future spouse, do not think it is only about marriage, romance, or companionship. It is far deeper than that. It is a reflection of the heart of God toward you. For before He reveals the one who will love you here on earth, He reminds you of the one who has always loved you in heaven. This revelation is not simply about who you will walk with in this life, but about who has walked with you from the very beginning. It is not just about God giving you a partner, but about God proving once again that He has never forgotten you, never abandoned you, never turned His face away. Beloved, think of the seasons you have endured, the nights when loneliness sat heavy on your chest, the days when silence made you wonder if your prayers were even heard. Yet through all those moments, the Lord was near. Even when you felt empty, His love surrounded you. Even when you questioned your worth, His grace whispered, "You are mine." The waiting has not been punishment, it has been proof. Proof that God's love is patient, proof that His timing is perfect, proof that He would rather delay a gift than give you something less than His best. Marriage on earth is not just about companionship. It is a holy mirror of heaven's eternal covenant. The love of a husband for his wife is meant to reflect the love of Christ for His church, sacrificial, unconditional, unbreakable. So when God speaks of revealing your future spouse, He is not only giving you a blessing, He is reminding you of the greater truth, that you are already loved with an everlasting love, a love that laid down its life for you on the cross. If He loved you enough to die for you, will He not also give you the earthly blessing that your heart longs for? If He gave you His Son, will He not give you all things in their perfect time? Beloved, the fact that you are still waiting is not evidence of neglect. It is evidence of God's care. The enemy may try to twist the waiting into lies. You are forgotten. You are unworthy. You are invisible. But heaven declares the opposite. Your waiting is sacred. Your patience is not wasted. Your longing has been recorded in heaven's books, your tears stored in God's bottle, your prayers echoing before His throne. Every moment of delay is a testimony that the Lord is not careless with your heart. He is guarding it until the right moment, until the right person, until the right season. Do you see, beloved? This revelation is not about God finally noticing you. It is about God reminding you that He has always noticed you. He is not just now thinking of your future. He has been writing it from the beginning. Just as He declared to Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." So too has He known the one who will one day join their life with yours. Your spouse is not a sudden idea, they are part of your divine destiny, and destiny cannot be rushed or delayed by the hands of men. The promise of a spouse is not only an answer to your heart's desire, it is a signpost of God's faithfulness. It is His way of showing you, I heard you when you prayed, I saw you when you wept, and I have prepared something beautiful for you. It is His way of saying, I love you too much to let you settle for less. This is why the enemy fought so hard to break your heart, to make you give up on love, to convince you that you would never see this day. Because he knew that when God's plan is revealed, it will silence every lie and heal every wound. Beloved, the revelation of your future spouse is not just about them. It is about you. It is about you understanding that you are chosen, cherished, and seen. It is about you realizing that your story is not overlooked, but carefully crafted. It is about you remembering that the same God who cares about sparrows, who clothes the lilies, who numbers the hairs on your head, also cares enough to weave your life together with another in perfect timing. So when you hear the word that heaven has revealed your future spouse, do not only think of romance. Think of love, pure, eternal, divine love, the love of a God who never forgot you, the love of a Father who delights in giving good gifts, the love of a Savior who calls you His bride and prepares for you a destiny filled with blessing. Your waiting, your patience, your tears, they are all proof that you are loved beyond measure. And now the revelation of your spouse is simply heaven's way of saying, I see you, I have not forgotten you, you are chosen, and my love for you endures forever. Beloved, you are not forgotten. God has written your love story with His own hands, and in His perfect time, the blessing will be revealed. Trust, wait, and rejoice. You are chosen.